everybody, and welcome to Rediscovering Me Live. Here I am in the UK office in Staffordshire. It's very chilly today. I've got my big cardigan on, and what do big bottoms, Benny Dorm and bad singers have in common? I've got some notes here because there's quite a lot of things I want to remember to talk to you about. And Chelsea, our social media expert, asked me to tell you some stories. So I've got a few stories to tell you. I hope you like those. I noticed that Chelsea had put on our Facebook page yesterday and this morning, hi everybody who's watching, that today is National Kindness Day. And I've been writing the Rediscovering My Life programme, which is going to be very, very exciting and is kind of almost finished. And one of the things we've got in there just made me think, you know what, actually, like charity starts at home, kindness needs to start at home. And so I thought I'd talk about being kind to myself and being kind to yourself, and I'm just going to tell you a few stories about how I've been unkind to myself in the past and how life has changed. But when I first saw that Chelsea had put that message on Facebook, I was kind of drying my hair because I'd been to the swimming baths this morning, and at the same time as I was drying my hair, I could see just my phone, and I kept scrolling down to see what was on Facebook, and then it came up about what Chelsea had put about it being National Kindness Day, and my head just thought it said National Karaoke Day. And so then I was like, oh my goodness me, I'm going to have to sing. I can't sing. And then I thought, do you know what, actually, that is unbelievable. That was my first reaction, because I can sing. I can sing, and I've had singing lessons from the most fantastic singing teacher, Sally Rivers. And so, you know, I don't know why my inner critic immediately said to me, you can't sing. And it's almost like an instinctive thing, I think, for me, and I'm sure maybe for other people as well, that over the years, because we've spent so much time comparing ourselves to other people and noticing like one tiny thing about another person and thinking, I'm not like that at all, so I've completely failed, if you're anything like me. And what happens is that you end up feeling really bad about yourself all the time, and sometimes your brain kind of automatically goes into that I'm rubbish mode. So I've got a few little stories to tell you. So the first one I wanted to tell you was the big bottoms one, and that's the one about 1988, Benidorm Airport. Me and my friend Karen, not the Karen here from Rediscovering Me, another Karen Ellum as she is now. We'd been on holiday to Benidorm for 2 weeks, and it was my birthday actually, September the 4th, and we were coming home, and she'd met her future husband there whilst we were there, which was rather nice, and so we were coming home, and we were in the airport, and we were in a queue, and I turned to her and I said to her, does my bum look big in this? And she just lost her temper with me and went absolutely berserk, and she shouted at me. She'd never done that before, and we ended up having an argument and falling out, and I never really understood why she'd done that, why she was cross with me. She didn't really explain it to me, and we were friends again within about 30 minutes, I think. We were certainly talking to each other by the time we got on the plane. But I realise now that it was because I was constantly asking her. The whole holiday was about, you know, what do I look like in this outfit? Do I look big in this? Do I look fat in this? Because I couldn't bear the thought of feeling fat, and that was because I wasn't kind to myself. My inner critic was constantly telling me that I didn't compare well to other girls. And when I look at the photographs now, I most certainly did. And what's really funny about it is that this friend, this fella that my friend met, who's now her husband, Graham, he had his friend with him, Gary, and oh my goodness me, he was gorgeous. And he was a fireman as well. And you know what, honestly, we ended up spending half the holiday together because my friend was off with his friends, so there was just the two of us. And I just so had a downer on myself that I didn't think he'd like me at all. So I just never kind of flirted with him or anything. And who knows what might have happened if I'd have felt better about myself. Maybe my husband's glad that nothing did happen. So there's something there about being kind to yourself, and there's something there about this desperation to get external affirmation for other people to say to you, you look great, or you look thin, or your bum doesn't look big. And actually, it's because we can't say it to ourselves, and that's really not a good thing, is it? Because seeking external affirmation doesn't necessarily doesn't help you, it doesn't make you feel good about yourself, really, because you just never get what you really want from people. So I thought, right, okay, I'll tell you another story, and that is, and it's always made me laugh, as this: when you go and it's time to get a new passport photograph done. So you go to the passport photo booth, and you'd like get all your makeup on, and you're trying not to smile, but you're thinking, well, I look better when I smile. So you're just trying to get your face exactly right and your hair exactly right, and then you have the photograph taken, and it doesn't matter. Sometimes I've had like 20 photographs taken to choose one that I liked, that was glamorous enough for me, and never were they ever once okay. I was never once happy with how my face looked on them photographs. But then fast forward 10 years and you're looking at your photograph and thinking, gosh, I wish I still looked like that. So actually you did look nice. And so that's, again, it's not being kind to yourself. It's not accepting yourself for who you are and what you like. And so today I've decided not to wear any makeup, so this is why I'm sitting here like this without any makeup on, and with my hair a bit messy, and with my cosy cardigan on instead of any kind of fancy gear or glamorous suit or anything, because this is what I'm really like when I'm sitting at my desk during the day. And do you know what? I'm actually quite happy with that now, and I'm pretty sure, because I know now, because I've learned my lesson, that you guys are probably quite okay with that as well. Although at one time I would have thought that you might have been judging me and finding me not good looking enough, not glamorous enough. Maybe my eyebrows are starting to disappear into the greyness of hair or whatever. But no, I've decided that I'm not worrying about that anymore. So what's my next story? Oh, so yeah, then I wanted to talk to you a bit about my inner critic, because over the years she has been vile to me, really vile. And if that was my friend, if any of my friends ever said anything like she says to me, or if my husband said anything like that, I would be mortified, and I really would fall out with them, and I wouldn't speak to them again. But somehow she thinks it's okay to keep talking to me like that. And I call her Candida because she's actually, I've learned that she's not very clever, so she thinks that's quite a funny name, a nice name, whereas it amuses me greatly. But it's been useful for me to kind of personify her as a separate person and think about the way she speaks to me and think about what qualifies her to speak to me in that way. And I know that from kind of my professional life that what an inner critic is doing is trying to keep you safe, but she's kind of overstepped the mark a bit, as Candida, and she's now she over the past few years she's been really horrible to me. And so I've been working on her, and do you know what, she's great now. She's been really happy to be able to help me, and she's turned into a bit of a fan. And so what happens now is that most of the time, if I think of something, if I think to myself, for example, I'm going swimming, I went swimming this morning, I go swimming every morning, when I think about going swimming, she doesn't say horrible things to me anymore. She you know, she just thinks it's okay that I'm going swimming, and she thinks I look okay in my swimming costume. Every now and again she steps into her old mode, like she did when I thought it was karaoke and she said you can't sing, and then I just have a little word with her and I say, but actually Candida, I can sing and this is the evidence. And then she goes, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, you can sing and you're really good at it. So she herself is much more of a fan of mine now. It's taken some time, but it's been worth it. So now this is what Candida can cope with, which she couldn't cope with before. She can cope with me deciding to go swimming and me not even, she doesn't even say anything to make me feel bad about myself in my swimming costume at all. Not a single moment. She can cope with when you go out to dinner and it's going to be a big meal and you've got a lot of people there, and you're going to have maybe 3 courses, and maybe then you get to you're looking forward to the dessert, and then other people are going, oh, I don't think I'm going to have a dessert. I'm watching my waistline or whatever. Candida doesn't even do anything when I go, well, I'm having a dessert because I like dessert best now, and that's what I've been waiting for. And she doesn't even say anything then. And then when you're out buying clothes, she doesn't say anything when I'm looking at the big plus sizes now, whereas before she would have been saying, Jane, you don't buy anything yet, because when you've lost weight you can spend this money and look fantastic. Now she just thinks I look fantastic in the big sizes, and I do. And then what else? Oh, the no makeup, I've told you. She doesn't really say anything about it when I go out without any makeup on. And so this is the big test. This was the one that just made me realise that I am kind to myself now. And that is when my friends recently decided that we were going to go on a girly holiday. And I've honestly, every girly holiday that we've been on in the past, 2 of us have gone, right, that's it. We've got 4 stone to lose before then. Have we got time? And in the lead up, we're always trying to diet and we never manage it. Or if we do, we put the weight back on. And because I've discovered body positivity, you know, I'm not going to bother dieting. But the thing that was interesting was, as soon as I agreed to go on this girly holiday, we were kind of planning it, where we're going. And guess where we're going? Benidorm. Same as 1988, so 29 years ago. And is that right? Gosh, yeah. And actually, yeah, because it'll be next year that we're going. And I realised after about 2 or 3 days, because somebody put on the Facebook group that we've got, oh, you know, bikini diet. And I was thinking, bikini diet, bikini body. I was thinking, I've got my bikini body already. How do you get a bikini body? You just get a bikini and put it on your body. So, and I was thinking, you know, it's really interesting. That's the first time for, I don't know, maybe 40 years when I've been going on holiday that my head hasn't automatically told me that I need to lose weight. So I feel like I'm really being kind to myself. And so what I wanted to ask you today, ladies, is how are you going to be kind to yourselves this week, this month, this year, this decade? What one thing are you going to start from today that's going to make a difference to how you feel about yourself? How are you going to be kind to yourself? So I'm really looking forward to hearing what you've got to say. And have a great week. And we'll be back here again this time next week. So it's goodbye from the Rediscovering Me team here in the UK. Don't forget, sometime maybe next week or the week after, we'll be launching our new course, Rediscovering My Life, which includes a section in it which is all about how to calm your inner critic and turn your inner critic into a super fan, which is really exciting. I'm just writing that in the next couple of days, so that'll be good. So don't forget, in the next week, be the best you can be and be kind to yourself. Bye. Thanks for listening. Bye.